Most people are waiting for life to calm down so they can finally feel peace. But let me tell you something straight. Life doesn't slow down for anyone. There's always going to be uncertainty, conflict, pressure, deadlines, loss, surprises, both beautiful and brutal. And if your inner peace is dependent on the world being perfect, you're going to be at the mercy of life every single day. That's not power. That's fragility disguised as routine. The truth is, chaos is a constant. The economy fluctuates. People disappoint. Plans fall through. But that doesn't mean you have to be tossed around by it. You can train your nervous system, yes, actually condition it to stay centered no matter what happens. This isn't about pretending things are okay when they're not. It's about understanding that your peace is not something you find in the outside world. It's something you create inside yourself. And once you realize that, the game changes. The mind will always look for control. It wants to predict, manage, protect. But when things start spinning outside of our expectations, we panic. Why? Because we've conditioned ourselves to only feel safe when everything is under control. But what if you flipped that on its head? What if you made peace the starting point, not the reward? Imagine what happens when calm becomes your default, not your destination. That's when your mind stops being your enemy and starts becoming your ally. There's immense power in recognizing that you're not your thoughts. You're not the chaos, you're the observer. You're the consciousness behind it. That distance, that awareness, is the birthplace of peace. And the more you practice stepping into that space, the more you train your brain to separate stimulus from response. That split-second gap between what happens and what you do next, that's where your life is shaped, that's where leadership is forged, and most people never access it because they're too busy reacting. I'm not here to tell you to become passive or numb. I'm here to tell you that your greatest strength is your ability to remain grounded while the world moves around you. That doesn't make you indifferent, it makes you powerful. It makes you someone who doesn't wait for peace, you bring it. So how do you start? You start by deciding that calm's your responsibility. You stop blaming your circumstances. You stop saying, I'll feel better when, and you start choosing to feel better now. You begin to condition yourself moment by moment, day by day, to breathe deeper when tension arises. You learn to pause, to reflect, to respond. And over time, it becomes who you are. Not someone who panics, not someone who overreacts, but someone who stands in the storm with stillness in their eyes. Because when you realize that chaos isn't the enemy, it's just the environment, you stop fighting it, you start mastering yourself within it, and that's when the world starts to change, because you did first. The world is full of distractions, constant noise, endless demands, people pulling you in every direction. And when we're constantly bombarded with external stimuli, it's easy to lose our sense of self, our clarity, our calm. But here's a powerful realization. You don't have to engage with everything that comes your way. This may seem counterintuitive, especially in a world where we're taught that success is about being everywhere at once, handling everything, multitasking, and responding to every email, text, or call. But the truth is, true mastery over your mind begins with understanding that not everything requires your reaction. In a world where everyone is trying to get your attention, learning to protect your focus is one of the most crucial skills you can develop. Focus is energy. And if you direct your focus outward all the time on other people's problems, on what's happening in the news, or on the noise of life, you'll always be a step behind. You'll never be in control of your own experience. Instead, you'll be reacting, constantly trying to put out fires, managing chaos without ever taking a moment to center yourself.